What's up, everybody? How you guys doing today? My name is David Franco, and welcome to a somewhat very special video, that makes sense, about something near and dear to my heart, and that's my phone. This is something we carry around every day, and honestly, it's to the point where I think a lot of people take what we have for granted. This is quite literally a supercomputer in our pockets, able to do things so incredibly fast compared to what we had just 10 years ago. And I'm saying that because I think people in general need to zoom out and just recognize what we have, appreciate what we have. Well, because honestly, I hate when people complain and say, well, the iPhone, it's the same every year. First of all, it's not technically the same every year. And second of all, what do you expect when you already have a supercomputer in your pocket? Do you really expect something revolutionary every single year? Be realistic, stop complaining, and appreciate what we have. We have a lot more than many people in this world will ever dream of having in their pocket. Sorry to start the video off in a semi-rant, but it just drives me crazy. Like, we have so much at our fingertips, but nobody's happy. I'm happy. Are you happy? Let me know right below. Okay, anyway, focusing on the real point of today's video. It's so funny how I can just go off on tangents. Anyway, the iPhone Air, I've had it for 7 months, and I absolutely love this phone. So the reason I'm making this video is because I just want to give you my true non-biased experience. Yes, I am a proud Apple fanboy, but guys, when something sucks, I'll tell you when it sucks. For example, this isn't Apple related, but The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 has quite literally won over 1,000 awards. It's a video game for those who don't play games, but I just think it's incredibly overrated, overhyped. It's mediocre at best. So if you want the real deal, come to me. Whether that makes you mad or not, I'm going to tell you how I really feel about something. Okay, so first of all, why did I buy the iPhone Air? Well, first of all, I wanted something new. So to kind of back up what I said in the beginning, yes, the iPhone feels the same every year. Technically, it's not, but in reality, year to year, in recent time frame at least, in recent time, it has felt incremental. Because realistically speaking, that's what it is. Honestly, again, you can't expect something revolutionary every single year, then otherwise it wouldn't be revolutionary. So yeah, the iPhone Air for me felt different. It felt new. It felt like Apple was taking a risk, and man, did they take a risk, because I don't think the iPhone Air is selling that well. Does it mean it's a bad product? Of course not. That's like saying the Macintosh is a bad product when you compare it to Windows market share. It's like a night and day difference, but in my opinion, the Mac is so much better. Just because something's more popular doesn't make it good or better or the best. But the iPhone Air, for me, it's incredible. Like, it really is incredible. So anyway, I do have some notes over here on my iPad Pro, hence my lit up face. Look at this difference. The iPhone, wait, I said iPad Pro, right? Not iPhone Pro. The iPad Pro acts as a great light. Look at that, it's kind of insane. So starting out, let's talk about the design. And by the way, I'm not doing any B-roll. This is a very lazy talking head type video. I just like talking to you guys. Okay, so speaking in regards to design, I'm gonna step out of frame because I should have grabbed some props. My apologies. Speaking in regards to design, the iPhone Air closely resembles this. This is the iPhone 10. I mean, look at this. Look at this. iPhone Air, iPhone 10. Do they not look almost identical? I mean, yeah, we've got a vertical camera, and ironically enough, the iPhone 10 has more rear cameras than the iPhone Air. It's pretty funny if you think about it. But obviously, this camera is so much better than both of these cameras combined. More on that in a bit, and I've got a lot to say about the cameras. Anyway, design-wise, I just really like this design, and this is clearly lighter than the iPhone 10, and I'll talk about that as well shortly. But I'm just a big fan of that simple white with a little bit of black accent design. I think, personally speaking, it's beautiful. I'm a big fan of the iPhone 10. This will always be one of my favorite iPhone designs ever. And without a case, it just feels incredible. Like, even by today's standards in 2026, this feels amazing. And the iPhone Air absolutely feels amazing. And yes, I'm just using the bumper. I've not broken my phone yet, and I never will because I'm responsible and I take care of my stuff. So me personally, I don't believe in, like, buying a thick ass, ugly, bulky looking case. I like minimalism. I like simplicity, and I appreciate design. So anyway, design wise, it's simplicity. I just love this overall design, and the plateau I think actually looks really good. I mean, honestly, they could have easily made this like black or like an off-white, but the fact that it kind of blends in with the back of the phone and you get a shadow, I just think it's beautiful. Like I really am a big fan of this design. I don't have any complaints in that regard. Hello, Zero. Nice of you to join us. So, speaking kind of in relation, sure, Zero, you can lay on the table. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not making a video or anything. God, I love this cat. So, speaking in regards to design from a weight perspective, it's so light, like a croissant. Shout out to Daryl Philbin. So, that is honestly the biggest reason why I initially wanted the iPhone Air. Now, I was never really turned away from the iPhone Pro Max lineup in general. I mean, if you're buying a big phone, you're going to expect something bulky, something thicker, something heavier. So I wanted something different. Like I wanted something that quite literally feels different, and I honestly could not be happier. Every time somebody holds this phone, like even at Rudders when I originally got this, guys, come here. I'm there all the time, so I have employees who know me. He's like, "Is that the iPhone Air?" He's like, "Can I hold it?" The cashier dude, if you're watching, what's up? I don't think you watch my content, but just in case, hello. He held it. He's like, "Wow." So every time somebody sees this in person, they just want to hold it, and that alone says a lot. But a lot of people don't care about their device being ultralight and ultra thin. Me personally, I do when I set up those realistic expectations, and by that I mean my MacBook Pro is in my living room right now. That's obviously quite a bit heavier and thicker than something like this, but it offers a lot more functionality. And guys, I brought this into frame for a very good reason. This is the MacBook Nothing, some people call it, because it's got quite literally nothing on the side. We've got one USB-C port on the left, and on the right we've got a headphone jack, and that's it. But this is one of my favorite MacBooks to ever exist. I love this MacBook. It's ultra light, it's ultra thin, it's fanless. A lot of people despise this keyboard. I'm telling you guys, I'm a big fan of having unpopular opinions. Me personally, I love this keyboard. Look at this, look at this. It's so shallow, so flat, but I still get that tactility that I appreciate. And the trackpad is massive, despite the MacBook being pretty small. I'm a big fan of this MacBook. Now, do I use it? No, it's dead right now. I haven't charged it in probably over a year. But I will charge it again soon because I definitely want to start using this again. The only reason I don't use it often is because it can't keep up. I mean, obviously, I don't expect to do Final Cut Pro in here. I mean, it handles things like Photoshop and Canva slightly well, you know, cheap web browsing, if you want to call it cheap web browsing, you know, like YouTube, just watching videos. But it gets quite warm, it's fanless, and it's running an Intel processor. So you just cannot compare this to Apple Silicon chips. You just can't. It's quite literally a night and day difference. But with that aside, I'm a big fan of this. And I get it, this video is not about the MacBook, but I'm just saying, like, I'm a huge fan of thin and light, and I will often buy something because it's thin and light. I just enjoy seeing what companies can get out of these tiny products. However, with something so thin and so light, we get compromises. And guys, I'm gonna start talking about that right now. First of all, the biggest thing you'll notice on the iPhone Air is one rear camera instead of 3. Now, how does this make me feel? Did it quite literally ruin my life? No. I've seen so many people on social media, and by the way, social media is not real life. Just because you see one popular post doesn't mean that's how everybody feels about, you know, something. Well, because we're all different. We all prefer different things. Me personally, the one camera lens has been just fine. Has it been perfect? Of course not. There have been those very rare moments where I want to take a picture of my cat Zero. Zero just happens to be right here. But yeah, let's just say I'm sitting down in my living room on my couch, and my other cat, Shiloh or Gabby, is across the room. I can't really get a good zoom up photo, like a 5x photo. But with that said, this does have 2x. Check it out. 2x actually isn't bad. It's not bad. And even then, there's always a lot of processing behind the scenes. Well, because you're obviously not going to get, you know, a real zoom lens out of phones, whether it's an iPhone or a Galaxy or whatever. Physics obviously get in the way. But for what this is, the solo camera lens, I'm fine with it. Like, I am perfectly okay with this. It has not been a game changer for me in a bad way. It has not been a deal breaker, I should say. People love their ultra wide photos. I like ultra wide. Ultra wide for me feels gimmicky because I feel like I take these ultra wide photos, but I never look at them. But if I take a simple photo of 0, here's a, look up, 0, tiny, good boy, then I'm going to look at this photo over time because it's a photo of a cat. I would much rather look, and I'm sorry to trick it like that. Don't worry, I'll feed him when this video is done. Hey, he's attacking me now. He's like, boy, aren't you gonna feed me? He's obviously playing with 0, chill. Anyway, the point is, I'm much more likely to look at a simple photo of a cat than I am an ultra-wide photo of my house or the ocean. Yeah, those photos are beautiful, but how often do you look at photos like that? Me personally, not that often, so a single camera is just fine for me. Would I like 2 on the next iPhone Air? Absolutely. But for me, it's not a deal breaker. So there's that. Okay. This is a big gripe. Here we go. You ready for this? This is where I kind of lean into the negative side of things. My biggest gripe by far with the iPhone Air is the single mono speaker. We don't have stereo speakers on here. I feel like they could have done it. I mean, Apple's got some of the best engineers in the world. So it's kind of weird that they couldn't squeeze a second speaker out of here. So in other words, you're quite literally listening to the earpiece speaker or whatever that's called, for your audio. And honestly, it's loud enough in most occasions. Like if you're watching vertical video, which I tend to do while I'm pooping, I'm real with you guys. We all do it. I mean, at least I do it. It's fine for vertical content, just swiping because you're not focusing on like extreme, audio focused content, to put it lightly. But the second I rotate the phone to the side and I watch a YouTube video, I'm like, ugh, this doesn't sound very good. Honestly, it doesn't sound very good at all because you're getting all of your audio on the left. And guys, honestly, that's how it used to be on the old iPhone days, except I think it was more on the right because it used to always use the bottom chassis, But here, it's just out of the earpiece. And for me, that's a massive turnoff. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Now, thankfully, I do most, like 99% of my YouTube viewing on my TV. So I've got my 65-inch TV, surround sound, really 2.1 because YouTube doesn't natively support 5.1 for most content, if any content, right? I'm not sure. But the point is 65-inch 4K, stereo speakers in there, technically 5.1, is so much better than anything I'll ever get, even on something like my iPad. And even then, I actually use my iPad for videos now and then. I'll use it for Twitch content, and I even use my Echo Show in my kitchen while I'm doing dishes. I'll just activate YouTube and I'll watch a random video or whatever. So generally speaking, watching YouTube videos on here is not a great experience. It's not. But thankfully for someone like myself, I do most of my YouTube content again on where, if you guys are paying attention? Correct, my rooftop. No, come on guys, pay attention. My living room. So for me, it's not a deal breaker, but it's something I would have liked to see them incorporate, and that's dual speakers, stereo speakers. Okay, this next one is just me being picky. A brighter flashlight would have been really nice. I mean, yeah, that's plenty bright. I turn it off all the time by accident. It drives me crazy. Anyway, look at that. That is plenty bright, so let me turn off my iPad. So here we go. No light, light. Generally speaking, this flashlight is bright enough for most people and most occasions. However, my mom does have the iPhone 17 Pro Max, and we did a direct comparison. I don't have any B-roll for you, I'm sorry. But the 17 Pro Max is so much brighter than this flashlight. And even then, you don't get a ton of control. It's literally just brightness. Whereas with the new phones, you can actually kind of drag it left and right to control the cone or the intensity, the broadness of the light. I'm not sure the exact terminology, but the point is you're obviously going to get a lot more flashlight functionality out of something like the 17 Pro Max. But generally speaking, guys, it's an LED flashlight. I use this when I'm building things like desks and whatever. If I walk into a dark room, it's fine. It's a light. But I just would have liked a little more control. So, not a huge deal, that's just me being picky. And now, before I wrap the video, let's talk about storage. I did indeed go with the 256 gigabyte model. I didn't want to overspend because I know for a fact I'm not going to use a lot of the storage. And guys, it's not like I don't take photos and videos. I'm taking photos and videos every single day, especially as a YouTuber. I've shot a ton of B-roll on this phone, but I never delete it. I just don't. You know why? Because Apple does a fantastic job at optimizing storage for us without us even noticing. It all happens in the background. It happens in the cloud. I've got a 2 terabyte iCloud storage plan for like what, $10 a month or whatever it is, which is an absolute steal, by the way. It's worth every penny. It's 2026. We're not living in 2009 anymore where, you know, we're filling up our phones and we can't offload it to the cloud. Those days are behind us. Yes, some people do actually need the 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte phones or whatever. Like me personally, I just don't. I don't. Because again, I keep so much crap on there, but Apple either optimizes it by offloading it to the cloud, or they give me lower res versions of photos that I haven't looked at in like months or years, because obviously this has photos from my older iPhones. So yeah, the point is 256 gigabytes. As of today, Thursday, April 14th, 2026, I still have 125 gigabytes free. That's a lot of storage. Let's just do some rough math. That's about half of storage left. And I've had this phone for 7 months already. So for me personally, 256 gigabyte is more than enough. Now, 128 gigabyte, I wouldn't exactly go that low. I don't think you can even go that low nowadays. I'm pretty sure 256 gigabyte is the entry level storage. So, I mean, guys, we are quite literally living in a time where the entry level phones nowadays have too much storage, even for video content creators such as myself, because it all comes down to optimization and usage of the cloud. It's a big deal. So all in all, to wrap up the video, I do love my iPhone Air. I do not regret it one bit. People made fun of me for buying and like saying, David, you should get a real phone. What constitutes a real phone nowadays? This is a supercomputer in my pocket that can shoot 4K video, do complex AI calculations and all that stuff. Like, what is a real phone? This is insane. Like, if someone was in a coma for the last 20 years and they woke up and saw this, they would be like, are you kidding me? You people are spoiled. And we are spoiled. We are absolutely spoiled by technology we don't really need. And that's why the iPhone Air is incredible. It's light, it's thin, it compromises on certain features, but it's still overkill for 99% of the people out there. And that's a good wrap up. Now, with that said, will I be trading this in for this year's iPhone lineup? Absolutely. I don't think we'll get a new iPhone Air. I just don't think Apple's focused on that. If anything, come here. I'm slightly interested in the iPhone Fold, or whatever they're going to call it, iPhone Ultra. I don't need a foldable phone. Like, I'm not even that enticed by one, but I am very curious and very excited to see how Apple approaches that industry. Yes, the whole foldable phones is kind of an industry in itself, and I know for a fact a lot of people are holding off on upgrading their phones because they're holding out for Apple's take on a foldable phone. And that in itself just speaks volumes. So thank you so much. Happy iPhone, it's not iPhone Day. Guys, every day is iPhone Day because we are so lucky enough to have this incredible technology in the palm of our hands. Like, it really is amazing. Thanks for watching. That's all I'm trying to say.